Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, man. Today I want to talk about Batman and Robin, man. What do you guys think about that? I love the Bat family. That's probably my favorite comic book family. Like, weird enough, right? Even though I'm like, it seems like I'm a Marvel head because, like, live action wise, I pretty much only watch Marvel. Mainly because I think Marvel does it better. And I know a lot of people are sick of Marvel doing well, and so they sometimes throw unnecessary hate towards it. And sometimes they have really valid reasons. Sometimes it gets repetitive, it feels samey, it lacks, gusto. It's like too friendly, like afraid to go super dark, da 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 da. I get all that, I get all that. But I still much enjoy the movies. I did really enjoy the Batman movie. By the way, the Batman movie was really good. It's something it's something I didn't realize I'd enjoy as much as I did, but it was really good. I really liked it. Um, 3 hours is fucking ridiculous, though. Why? Um, but I wanted to, and that made me think like Batman, man. The reason why I love the Bat family so much is the people around Batman. Of course, I love Bruce as well. I love Batman, but the people around him really, and I like. It doesn't seem like it if you go through like my TikTok threads. I'm always arguing when people think Batman is invisible. I think it's such a stupid thing. Prep time, da da da. I hate that shit. But you know, that's mainly because I feel like I understand the character, and I feel like most people don't understand the character. I feel like most people that read or watch Batman don't fully get him. I think most people just see him for movies or the cartoon, the Justice League, da 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 da, and just think that that's the Batman. In the comics, his feats are more reasonable, especially in the main continuities. People always like to bring in like fucking versions of Batman that like are once off type shit that isn't the regular base to base type shit, like to make weird arguments. But um yeah, I want to talk about the most important part about Batman. A Robin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can't really remember the last time Batman had no Robin in the main continuity. Like he always got a Robin. He went from Dick Grayson to Jason Todd to Tim Drake to now Damian Wayne. Like that's so many fucking Robins. I like every Robin. It took me a while to get into Damian Wayne. I really didn't fuck with him for a long, long time. But I love Tim Drake. I kind of like Jason Todd. I didn't love Jason Todd. I prefer Jason Todd as the Red Hood. And obviously Dick Grayson is my favorite all-time comic book character, period. You know what I mean? So that's, you know what I mean? Because I grew up kind of reading that, like Teen Titans especially, like loved it, watched the Teen Titans as well. Even though he wasn't my favorite character on the Teen Titans show, like the original Teen Titans TV show, he wasn't my favorite character. My favorite character was Beast Boy, but for some reason, I don't know what happened. But yeah, I feel like movies, live action movies, they don't give us no goddamn Robin, bro. The last Robin we got was garbage, bro. Like every Robin we've gotten has been fucking pathetic, bro. In the live action movies specifically, the TV show Robin is decent. On Nightwing, he's decent. I feel like the actor's good, but the show itself sometimes that show, man. Sometimes that fucking show, man. But yeah. But I feel like I would love to see that, like Robin in a live action, like a Batman movie with Robin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe call it Batman and Robin. God damn it! I know it reminds you PST of the Batman and Robin horrendous movie with George Clooney. But I feel like Robin is such an essential character in the Batman mythos, and a lot of people don't understand that because they probably only watch the cartoons, only watch certain things, and have no realization that Batman, I don't want to say needs Robin, but kind of needs Robin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his story kind of comes to a standstill where he doesn't fully grow. Like, even if you think of the Dark Knight trilogy, like, does Bruce or Batman really change that much? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty much the same for all three movies. You know what I mean? There's no real lessons that he learns. Like, there's nothing that like changes him. He's still as broody as ever, still as dark as ever, still refuses love, still. You know what I'm saying? He's still sad, he's still alone, he's still in the same position. You know what I mean? And it's like people think that Alfred can be that role, but he really can't, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He never was that role. Alfred was the guide, but Robin was the light in Bruce Wayne's Batman's darkness. You know what I'm saying? He lives in the dark, and Robin came. That's why he these bright ass clothes, bro, making him a fucking target at night. Now I know it's hard to do that because you're like, man, that's a why you have a kid with you, and why is he you wearing black? Hit it, that motherfucker bright as hell. Like, what the fuck is that your goddamn, is that your is that your fucking your what you call it, like your guys, your fucking, you know what I'm saying, like attract attention away from you, and motherfuckers got guns. Like, it sounds wild. So what I would do, if I, you know what I'm saying, what I would, say is, don't give him the green and the red. Let him eventually decide to wear the green and red. You know what I'm saying? And maybe darken the green and red. Batman always got super tech, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just make it reflective. Like, make it, you can do so much with it and finesse it so that the kid doesn't, you know what I'm saying, whatever, doesn't stand out in the night. But also, simultaneously, what you can do is, let's say, okay, let's say it's 15, 16. I wouldn't put him 13. I think that's kind of wild. It makes it very hard live action, especially. I would say that he's been adopted since, let's say, 11 or 12. And I would have it that, you know, because of his pent-up rage of losing his parents, this is a Dick Grayson origin. I would recommend using Dick Grayson because that's my fucking favorite character. But my origin would be like, you know, let's say for Robin would be he's adopted since 12. So 11. I would have him maybe in the first or second Batman movie. Maybe not the first, because I think you need to get that other side of Batman by himself. And then in the second movie, I would introduce him, right? And maybe have his whole subplot line play in the background of, Bruce likes going to the circus because it reminds him he hasn't gone to the circus. This is where you kind of have to, have subplots from the first movie. So let's say if it's a trilogy, first movie you have Bruce occasionally walk past the circus and think of going, but then he remembers his parents and his parents taking him there. And in the second movie, after whatever happened in the first movie, he decides, you know what, I'm a go. And he goes a few times throughout the movie. Maybe he goes on a date. When he's doing his Bruce billionaire philanthropist shit, you know what I'm saying, being a douche, da da da. Then the flying Graysons come into town, maybe at the start of the movie. And it's like, damn, he goes to the show and they're like, these guys are fucking phenomenal. And then after the movie is like, whatever, he goes to like the final big fucking hurrah or whatever. And it's the last show before they leave the city and go somewhere else. Boom. Grayson dies. Like, Grayson's parents died. And he's like, shit, bro. And he been watching this kid throughout the movie, you know what I'm saying? And you can play around with the villains, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. And then, oh, damn, the kid, then he decides to adopt the kid, right? So it just ends with the parents dying and Bruce kind of seeing this shit. And then in the next movie, he's there, right? Or you can have that in the first movie, whatever, I don't care. But then in the next movie, you have, Grayson there. And he's a child, da da da. This was a slow burner. I suppose this is the problem with hard because that's a lot of movies in order to get that gratification, right? But you have him then as an 11, 12-year-old just living around the house. But you can kind of, he's like, because of his pent-up rage, he starts practicing martial arts and da-da-da-da-da. And, Bruce tries not to show him that he can do martial arts, so he hires like an expert to teach him da-da-da-da-da. And then by the time he's like 13, it could be in the same movie, you can see that he starts fighting bullies, he's doing these things at school, he's getting in trouble, he's doing all type of shit, and he's like, he doesn't let anybody kind of like take advantage of other people. They're all good deeds, but it's getting them in trouble. And Bruce is like, yo, you can't just fight somebody because you're strong or da 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 da. So he tries to like brings him to different teachers and stuff like that to teach him discipline and da 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 da. And obviously Robin calls him out for being a hypocrite. Like, you always out doing things, da 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 da. Like, how can you call me out? And he's like, oh, I got to do what I got to do because of the position I'm in. And, they have that, you know what I'm saying? And then you have Dick eventually, he doesn't have to figure out. I think that should always remain to Tim Drake to figure it out. I don't really like giving other characters traits to a different character, but I would have him like maybe, you know what I'm saying, go out when he's like 14, right? Start going out and trying to fight crime. And you know what I'm saying, he gets injured and Bruce is like, yo, what the fuck, like, how you injured, da da da. And they realize they can't stop him, you know what I'm saying, they cannot stop him. He just keeps doing it. So Bruce is like, okay, if you're gonna fucking go out there, I'm gonna show you how to properly defend yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because they try grounding him, they try da da da. He steals the car, he da da da. He finds a way because he's smart. He's a very smart kid, so he finds a way to escape. And Bruce isn't always around. And Alfred's like, yo, we gotta do something. This kid's gonna get himself killed. So Batman decides, okay, I have no choice but to introduce him to what I do in order to protect him, because he's going to be doing this anyway. If he's going to be doing this anyway, we got to make sure he's going to do it as safely as possible, because I understand the vengeance and the rage that he has, and if I don't help him release it, he could end up down the wrong path. So I'm going to take him with me. And you know what I'm saying? And then maybe you have Bruce then bring him along to like, just to kind of teach him the dangers, to almost like terrify him to not go into it, but he does it anyway. And he realizes, yo, this kid is actually good. if he gets extra training. So Bruce starts training him, drilling him, da da da, and that kind of removes the dilemma of like, why is he taking a child? The child is going doing the shit anyway, and the child can get shot, he can get hit, he got stabbed, all type of shit, and he still went out. And you know what I'm saying? He's like, there's nothing we could do. Like, he was in a hospital. They went to check up on him in the hospital. This dude is fighting muggers in the streets, boy. This fool is doing all type of tomfoolery, boy. So they're like, man, we gotta do something, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something, bro. We gotta say these motherfuckers. This ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Bruce does it. And I think that removes the why does he have a 14-year-old, 15-year-old with him? It's the only way to prevent the kid from dying. You know what I'm saying? So Bruce can take the hits, take the da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Keep an eye on him. Make sure it's good. You know what I'm saying? And his shit is gonna be bulletproof, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be fucking walking around here with a fucking tight ass suit. You know what I'm saying? His shit's gonna be bulletproof. It's gonna be green and red, the same colors, but it's gonna be like it darkens. Do you know what I'm saying? It darkens. If you try to look at the dark green or dark red at night, you can't see that bit. So it's darkens, right? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It darkens and it's like subtle. You know what I'm saying? He got his shit and he pulling up with this stick. And I think this is where Bruce started using stuff like batarangs and gadgets, right? He creates these in order to protect Robin. So this gives, like, it's such a great way for him to decide, shit, I need weapons. I don't want to use certain weapons, but I need to have certain weapons because I need to be able to, if I'm too far from Robin and somebody's about to get him, I need to be able to throw something and ensure that person doesn't hit him. If Robin is in trouble, I need to be able to have this in order to do it. So he comes up with more. He's thinking, he's creating, and he does all this before he even like approaches Robin with this shit. He's doing all this, and he goes out. Whenever Robin escapes, he starts investigating himself. No, he's not even protecting the city as much as he wants to. He goes out and follows him, and he's taking out people without Robin even knowing. Like, somebody pulls out a gun, he fucks that guy's hand up, moves out the way, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of little details, and you can see he's protecting it, his worriness, and he's creating these new things. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. That's the only way. I'm gonna promise you, I'm gonna let you do this, but you have to let me teach you. And he doesn't allow him to go. He says, if you go out, I'm not gonna teach you anymore. And he knows that, you know, obviously Robin looks up to Batman because that's what inspired him to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna listen, especially when he finds out, like, oh, my dad, like my stepdad, my stepdad, my adoptive parent is, you know what I'm saying, slash brother is literally the Batman, the guy that like inspired me to do this shit. So I finna go about it this way. So that way, you know, he gets that year of training, and then in the next movie you can kind of introduce him as the as Robin, or in the same movie you can have him, you know what I'm saying, age him up, do whatever the fuck, and boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you bring Robin into this shit. That's how you remove so many dilemmas and questions and Like, there's so many ways to go about it, and I love me some Robin, bro. So we need some goddamn Robin live action, even a TV show, bro. You can do a TV, like, look at what Marvel does. They do a TV show to set up a bunch of shit that, like, you don't have to watch, but if you watch it, you appreciate what happens in the movie way more. So, like, they can do the same shit, set up a series, like, call it fucking Alfred, bro. You know what I'm saying? Call the series Alfred, and it's all about what Alfred does in between Batman, doing his shit, him fixing Bruce up, That way you don't have to have Robert Pattinson there that much, or whoever it is that much, and then it focuses on Robin and Alfred and their relationship and You can do so many different things, bro. Like, do so many things, so many things in it, so many things, man. I'm not Bat family, so many man don't even know. Anyways, been your boys, Pimp Shit God. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you fuck with it. If not, leave a dislike, comment why, and I appreciate you. What you guys think about a Batman and Robin, man? I really think they really finna need to do this shit, man. I'm out.